Hey guys, Eternally Optimistic here, and I've decided I'm going to do a weekly vlog on this new season of How I Met Your Mother. There will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen the premiere yet, turn this off, go check it out on CBS.com. There will be spoilers because I want to analyze, I want to talk about what did and didn't work about this episode, at least for me. These episodes, actually, it was two. And right off the bat, I want to say I thoroughly enjoyed these episodes. I thought the writing was strong, the characters were strong, they were all around really good. The only thing that really didn't work for me was there were a few storylines that didn't really seem to go anywhere or didn't really seem to have a purpose. And the first one was the very weird storyline that Barney and Robin start to worry that they might be related. And the weird thing about this one was it comes up and then almost immediately it gets resolved, just a few minutes later. It was a funny few minutes, it was hilarious. I enjoyed watching it pan out, but I kind of had to wonder why that storyline was introduced if it was going to be, quashed so quickly. Their relatives are coming in for the wedding. Maybe we'll find out why that storyline was brought up. Maybe we'll find out more about Cousin Mitch. We'll have to see. The second one was James and Tom getting a divorce. And I thought this was kind of odd because it was kind of setting up the idea that James and Tom's relationship helps Barney believe in marriage. So now that it's over, Barney will be freaking out. That's the idea behind it, and that's why Robin doesn't want Robin doesn't want James to tell him about the divorce. But the weird thing about it is Barney's fine. He's totally okay. He's not freaking out. He tells Robin, "I'm committed. I love you. I don't need them to make me believe in love anymore because I have you." And that's sweet. But then it makes me think, well, if you're just gonna do that, why did we need James to get a divorce? To show that. Because the last time we saw James was at the Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure it was a Thanksgiving episode, where he tells Ted not to give up on love, not to settle for anything less than the real thing, because he's like, when you find the real one, when you find the one, it's so worth the wait. And that was very sweet, and it makes me wonder why they decided to break up that relationship. James is going to be there for the wedding, so maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll learn more. I hope so. I definitely hope that they take it somewhere with that story. It made me sad. It made me sad to see that they're getting a divorce. It came right out of the blue, and it really did feel like it was only in there to stress the point that Barney is not freaking out, and I felt like that was kind of drastic to get the point across that Barney's not freaking out. Maybe it's in there for another reason. Maybe we'll find out. The third thing that kind of stuck out to me, it's not really something that didn't go anywhere, but we get the feeling that it's something that will go somewhere, and it's when Barney gets a call from Marshall, he really freaks out, and he says, you gotta make it back to New York in time for the wedding. You gotta be here. It was just, understandable. He wants his friend to be at his wedding, but at the same time, I'm thinking, they really emphasized the fact that Barney wants Marshall at the wedding. It made me wonder why they put so much of a emphasis on it. And again, I'm guessing we'll find out. I thought we were going to find out, immediately after the call, but then Barney goes right into the Gypsy Woman story, which was cute. I loved hearing Neil Patrick Harris and Wayne Brady speak in their incredibly authentic Russian accents. So Marshall. The Marshall storyline. So Marshall is stuck in Minnesota, trying to get back to New York, and, they've actually played with this story before. This idea of, the Marshall's too nice, he gets taken advantage of because he's just too nice, because he's from the Midwest, and he never takes charge of the situation and only thinks about himself. They've done it before, and the lesson has always been that it's okay that Marshall's so nice, because that's just who he is, and I guess maybe, you know, because I'm from the Midwest, I think that's odd that, you know, why do we keep having to have storylines that's like, it's okay that you're nice, you know? Especially when the lesson is always the same, that, you know, he doesn't have to stop being nice. He doesn't have to stop being who he is. Once again, you know, they kind of tease it that, like, oh, he's going to be taken advantage of, and it's going to be a serious thing, and Lily and Barney are going to be mad and let down by him, but, you know, Daphne comes through for him in the end. She comes back. I'm sure there's a purpose, as there was with everything else that happened in the show. They introduced a lot of new material for this being the season premiere of the final season. However, that does give me hope that there will be enough material for the season, because they have released that you know, this entire season 9 will take place only at the wedding. When I first heard that, I was a little wary of it. I thought, you know, how are they possibly going to fit all of this, an entire season, into one night? But, you know, they introduced so much here that it gave me hope that there's going to be enough material now to carry that through. Because now we've got James getting the divorce and he's sticking around. I can't wait to see Marshall on the road with Daphne. That's going to be great. I found myself really looking forward to that, actually. Oh, and the Locket. The Locket was the other thing that they did not wrap up. They actually extended it a little further. So Ted goes back to the pencil box, and the Locket isn't there, but wait, maybe the Locket's with Stella, and, you know, which I thought was kind of weird and random. You know, we already have Ted's lingering feelings for Robin. Why are we bringing up Stella now? Why is this becoming an issue? Why is she coming back? So he gives Robin the present that turns out not to be the Locket, and then we are teased that he actually does have the Locket, or maybe not. We'll see. I'm so curious to find out, you know, where that's going. One thing that these episodes were consistently good at was surprising me. You know, that there were so many twists and turns, like, oh, the Locket, you know, it's not really there. But what if it is? Where is it really now? And the thing with Daphne coming back, and Herb. Herb was a great surprise. I thought that was a wonderful twist, that, you know, Marshall's begging for some good karma, and you think, oh, he's just been sent the worst guy ever, and he's like, okay, people, let's move along. That guy was fun. You know, for the few minutes that he was on screen, I enjoyed his performance. So it was nice that these episodes were constantly surprising me, constantly doing things unexpected. And speaking of unexpected, so we get to the mother. Finally see the mother interacting with the fellow cast members. Kristen Milioti was just a joy to watch in this role. She just brought such a humble, grateful performance to the screen. You really do get the sense that she just is so glad for the chance to be a part of this cast as the mother. The mother! This character who's been, you know, built up for years, that has such high expectations to go along with it. And the interesting thing is that I feel like Kristen Milioti is meeting those expectations by not trying to. You know, she's not trying to be this kind of personification of perfection. You know, she's just being herself and letting the writing speak for itself, which is wonderful. It's wonderful to see that. You know, I think a lot of people were looking forward to the grand meeting between Ted and the mother, and what we got instead was kind of an easing into the moment when they meet, where instead of talking to Ted first, she meets Lily first, and then we get the flashback of future Ted and future mother with past Ted, who's way in the past. It's very unexpected, which was nice. It felt fresh. It felt unique and original. Watching the mother with Lily was great. You know, they had such great chemistry right off the bat. They really feel like co-stars who've been working together for years, which is great. It's so wonderful to see her accepted right in the cast so immediately. Letting the writing speak for itself. It's I read a quote from her saying she's not afraid. She doesn't want to let anybody down, but it's out of her control. She said Carter and Craig will not let anyone down with their writing, and they won't let me let anyone down. Which I thought spoke very much to what she wants to bring to the role, and she realizes there's these great expectations placed on her, and she's going to do the best that she can, but she's not stressing out about it, and she's not, she's got a very good attitude about coming into such a high-profile role, and that shows in her performance. It's very confident, very self-assured, which is great to be able to watch.